A special night for Celtic getting through to the playoffs of the Champions League, and a special night for, have you seen this video, young Joshua who goes over and greets the young boys' support? It's gone extremely viral. Well, Kevin is on the line. How are you, Kevin?
I'm okay, thanks, Gordon. How are you doing?
Now, Kevin, this is your video. Joshua's your boy, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct. He's sitting right next to me. The man of the moment's right here.
How are you doing, Joshua?
Good.
Are you famous?
I don't know.
How many selfies have you been taking at school? Everybody talking about it?
Yeah.
Honestly, what a man. Have you seen the video? I think we can play it, can we? Can we see it on the live stream? There we are. Look at that. At the end of the game, young boys fans still in. Joshua's conducting them. Look at that. Thousands of them as well. You not seen this yet, Gordon?
No.
How did it all come about, Kevin? What's the, were you just guys kind of taking your time getting out the stadium? How did it come about?
Well, what we normally do, we've got a bit of a ritual at the end of the game. We sit right on the halfway line right at the back of the north stand, and when the fourth official holds up the board, Josh always says, can we go down the front? And what we do is we stand at the front and wait till the players get round and wave to them all. And that takes a bit of time and the stadium starts to empty. And then last night, the last few games, he's wanted to go along and wave to the Green Brigade as we do. But he had been watching the fans during the game, and he was pretty fascinated by the noise they made. I have to say, they were a brilliant bunch of fans. The noise they made, the colour and everything. And as the stadium was empty, and he says, can we go across to the young boys fans? Now, the stadium was empty, and so we just walked across through the seats. And they were standing applauding them, and very, very slowly they were responding to us. And they were getting noisy, so I just said to Josh, I sort of go forward. And as he went forward, it all sort of took off from there. I got the video camera out, and they gave him a brilliant reception. There was people all running about, the stewards, the police all clapping. And when it was all over, a couple of the young boys fans came through. They gave him a bit. I didn't get on video, unfortunately. They gave him a young boy's scarf, some stickers, and all the rest of it. It was an absolutely brilliant experience. And when I came home, I put it on Twitter. I have to say, Gordon, I had no idea it was going to turn out the way it did.
It's incredible. I mean, it's got 2.7 million views
already
on Kevin's own sort of Twitter, and I don't know how that works. I think that probably counts them all up, but it's been shared about everywhere. I mean, you must have had all sorts of requests and stuff to use the footage, Kevin. I take it that was unexpected.
There's a lovely lad, Robbie Henrati, who writes for the Glasgow Evening Times. He got in touch to ask if he could do a story, and he did a great story on it. I got some messages. A fella wrote to me through Twitter from Norwegian TV asking if he could borrow the footage, and then sent me it was like on the daytime news. There was some newspapers got in touch, and then I got a call from Celtic Football Club themselves, which sort of topped it off.
No, you're meant to say this topped it off, Kevin.
Sorry?
You're meant to say that this topped it off. This is meant to be the highlight. Speaking to you.
I'm coming to that. I'm about to say the best to last, you know.
I'm only kidding. Don't worry, we know our place. Joshua, how much did you enjoy it?
Very much.
Are you looking forward to going back to Celtic Park? Are you going to try it again in the next round?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see what
I think there's mileage in this for you, Joshua. Every away travelling European team.
Joshua's going to be the new Hoopy the Huddle puppy. That's what they should do.
It's a bit of cash in this for you.
Hoopy the Huddle puppy. I could see a wee mini outfit. Joshua conducting the fans inside it. But honestly, if you look through the amount of these like big Twitter accounts that have like asked for the footage and shared it. What about the actual night itself, Kevin? That must have just topped it all off, because of course you would have had a good enough night had you just gone home, given what your team managed.
Yeah, I mean, the first half is arguably the best I've seen us play in Europe this season. I mean, I have to say all three decisions to chop the goals off seemed to be correct. But with a lot of the ball, when it was, young boys knew we were looking for the goal. They were frustrating us in every way they could. And eventually when the goal came, it was unbelievable. And I have to say, clinging on as well, Kasper Schmeichel's worth his weight in gold. The saves he made, towards the end of the game, what a signing he's been for us at the right time. So it all came about, it all sort of fell into place. The goal at the end, the celebrations, and just that happening. You just couldn't make it up. It was absolutely brilliant, Gordon.
Yeah, we didn't speak about that yet, Mark. Actually, just how big a moment is that Kasper Schmeichel double save on was it the day before or the day of that they announced his new contract? And it was a game that Celtic deserved to win, there's no doubt about it. They looked like scoring far more than Young Boys did, but that's football, and sometimes a moment comes back to bite you. So he really had to step up, didn't he?
Well, he's been a huge player for Celtic since he came in, not just for keeping the ball at the net, but I think the style that they play is slightly tweaked because how good he is with the ball at his feet. I said early on in the season it was a big call. I think he was an upgrade on Joe Hart, and there's a lot of ground to cover from when I said that to now, but I stand by it. And I think in big European nights, it's right, he's worth his weight in gold. That you need a solid foundation. If you're going to get anywhere in Europe, you need big personalities, big characters, but goalkeepers with real ability. He's got it all. And you saw what it meant to him. He's played at the top level. He's won things in his career, but you can see how invested he is in the club already, and that goes a long way in the Celtic supporters' minds as well.
I'm a bit worried about the answer to this. Joshua, who's your favourite Celtic player?
Nicholas Kuhn.
That's okay. I was just about, you know who I was worried he was going to say, Kevin?
Kyogo.
I thought he was going to say Kyogo, and you were going to have some bad news to break. It's not official, but it certainly looks like it's heading that way, with potentially Jota coming back though. How do you feel about that news, Kevin?
I think Kyogo, that wee man knows is nothing. We've had the best years of him, 3.5 years. It would have been nice to get his 100 goals. He's been a phenomenal player for us, and I wish him nothing but the best. Jota coming back, I was disappointed he left so quick, but I think that's a great signing. But I've got every faith in Brendan Rodgers. I've always liked Brendan's management and the way he goes about things, and I'm absolutely certain that somebody will be lined up, whether it's the fella from Scandinavia we've been talking about or been hearing about, or somebody different. But I've got every faith there. And if we can get Kieran Tierney over the line as well, that would be great.
You're quite relaxed about it though. Gordon was saying earlier, just thinks it's a strange time to do it. He is your best striker, he's number one striker, and you sell him in January for good money, yes, but not like money that you desperately need. Is there any part of you that thinks it could be a bit risky? Yeah,
that's why I think they must have something lined up. There must have been some. I mean, if you sort of read between the lines, and there's never any smoke without fire. There's been rumours about Kyogo for a wee while, so it must have been, he doesn't move to France overnight. It's been bubbling away for a while, and that would give us time to do something. So I'm very, very confident we'll have something over the line. I think with everything that's going on, we're still at the early stages of the Scottish Cup. There's a league as well, which is still to be won. We're into the next stage of the Champions League. I don't think we would sell our key striker without something hinging on it.
What do you make of that unique pressure, Kevin, that comes with a player coming back, especially if they've been as good as Jota's been? You'll have seen it over your time as a Celtic fan. It's not always easy to come back and replicate the levels. You confident he can do it?
Yeah, I think so. He's still young enough. He's probably got a point to prove as well. You're right with the history, Gordon, of the players we've had. A couple of players, McAvenny and Nicholas, that were great players for us. Walker, that didn't really work out when they all came back. Arguably, of course. So I think he's young enough, he's fit enough, he looks after himself. I definitely think we'll be getting a better Jota, and I'm excited to see work under Brendan Rodgers as well.
Mark, it was a move that he had to make, and the club certainly had to take, and it was to Saudi, and you're never really sure of the level. Even whatever the level is, it didn't really seem to work out for him. He's gone back to Rennes. He's gone to Rennes, so I get why Kevin is hopeful that it's a better version, and he is still a decent age. But you'll have seen it yourself. It's just sometimes it just doesn't click.
A lot of the time it doesn't work, and that is the worry with players returning to their former club.
Saying that, 25, sell them for 25 million and bring them back for 10. Welsh, you're getting 10 for Kyogo in the process.
But of course, in a business sense, of course, it made sense for him to leave. I think all parties were right to do it. And I think as soon as his name popped up a couple of weeks ago, somebody called in the show and actually mentioned Jota. I think every Celtic fan would be interested in having him back, purely because of his flair. Kuhn on one side's got that electric pace and can skip by, but Jota is the entertainer. And let's be honest, at Celtic Park, fans go along to be entertained a lot of the time. And he's certainly one that brought it in his first spell. Can he do it again? Of course. It's a good point that Kevin makes. So, what's he going to look like under Brendan Rodgers? Totally different style, totally different manager, different person. I wonder, does he get more out of him? Does he get less? Time will tell.
Thank you to Kevin and well done to Joshua. Hope you enjoyed your night, guys. Great to speak to you.
Thanks for ringing us all, best. Thank you.
Brilliant. They were a viral sensation. There'll be 3 million views on the clip by now, I would say.
Imagine getting into school the next day.
Oh, I'd be the man.
I wouldn't get into school the next day.
Well,
You'd be running the school the next day.
I'd
tell the headmaster.
I'd have an
"Get
agent in the house making a few quid.
Anyway, how are you doing on tonight's team?